Well, hello everybody. Well, it's me again. I've tested Ubuntu's Netbook Edition and basically it sucks. One thing, it has a neat look to it. Instead of the basic GNOME look or KDE, it's got this what's called Unity. And the reason why I'm not showing it in this recording is because one, I put it on my netbook. I said laptop. A lot of people do. But another thing is that it it doesn't allow me to do certain things, and it wouldn't let me go to the gnome-look.org website, and that concerns me. So, with that in mind, I did a lot of other things. The processor is slowed way down compared to the Ubuntu Desktop edition of 10.10 megahertz. So and then I found out that they did away with it. They're going to include all this stuff in the desktop edition, which will eventually be called Ubuntu 11.04. So Ubuntu's coming along. And also I read an article that said that, well, Canonical is now going to discontinue their free CD shipping. And I understand, it does cost money to do that stuff. But with all these changes, most people have internet or access to internet. And I don't think Canonical realizes people like AT&T are coming up with these capacities. A monthly capacity, if you go over that, they charge you $10 per, I think, 100 gig or 10 gig or something like that. It's ridiculous. So, the days of unlimited internet are coming to a close. Ubuntu is a great operating system. I really enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy the Netbook edition. I liked the way it looked. The boot time was very short. It went from being dead or off, and I hit the start button, and then boom, 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 I was putting in my password before I knew it. It took me, I think, about a whole 7.5 seconds, maybe 10. I'll give it that. But, I'm sorry I don't have the desktop look here. I'm going to try a virtual box with it later on, but I feel like it's a waste of time because I couldn't go to gnomelook.org. I couldn't do a lot of things that I'm used to doing. And to keep you, my viewers, up to date on what's going on. Obviously, this new edition of Ubuntu, which I believe is already out, I'm really behind on this news, so you have to be patient with me. And as y'all can see, I'm fairly older. One of the things I don't understand is why they're going to put it all in one. Now, I was running desktop edition on my netbook. Now, my netbook's just a little ZG5 Acer Aspire 1. It's got 1 gig of RAM. It's got a 1.6 gigahertz Atom processor on it. It's a nice little 160 gig internal hard drive, which is a platter form. And it runs real well with the desktop edition, but when it came to that netbook, it just kind of went zzz. What happened? So now that I know they discontinued it and that they're going to hold it off to incorporate with the new Ubuntu edition of 11, it makes sense because you can probably, in the installation part of it, I would imagine they're going to have, is this a desktop or a netbook or laptop, however you want to call it. And the reason why I don't call netbooks a laptop has a built-in CD DVD burner. And not only that, a laptop really fits on your lap. A netbook, well, let me show you right quick what I'm talking about. Most of y'all have seen netbooks, but I don't believe you really grasp how small they are. Now, this is my little Acer Aspire. This is one of the first Aspires to come out. It doesn't even have Aspire 1 on it, and it's a ZG5. And they were talking about how this little bitty booger here was going to revolutionize things, and in a way it has. But with a small screen, which is about an 8.6 inch screen on it. And for people, older folks like me, well, it kind of is lacking in viewability. Of course, it's not their fault that folks get old and can't see it anymore. which, I understand. I really do understand. It's not their fault. But you have to take in consideration that if you blow things up with the zoom on this, it takes away from the effect of having a window and becomes a full screen job. So I'm just going to leave the netbook gurus to do their thing with the netbooks. And I'm fixing to put Mint on here, I think. I'm going to try Linux Mint Edition because it seems to me that the Mint Edition has been very popular amongst Linux distros. And only that, me being new to Linux distros, I'm still having fun exploring the different distros they have available. Ubuntu was my first one. Then I've tried Debian. Debian started hanging up in a virtual box, so I tried installing it on there. And Debian 6 still was sluggish. It was having a hard time. And I'm not sure why. It could be because I didn't get all of the updates done on it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not real familiar with Linux. If you can, go ahead and go on my website page if you're there, which is http://djshane.info. And you can go to my, comments, suggestions page. If you got any insight into this, kind of go there and drop me a note, let me know. I'll mail you back. I'm not one of these people that get emails, unless you're a particular stalker or weirdo that I don't want to have anything to do with to begin with. But if you're a developer or somebody's experienced in Linux operating systems, I know some people are, I like OpenSUSE, and I like this, I like that. But the thing is that if you leave me a constructive comment or suggestion, I'll get back with you. If it's destructive, and like this dude that's Linux Fails character that seems to be popping up in the community, if you're watching this video, Linux Fails, let me tell you something. First, you have to mature, because you're always finding what's wrong, but not what's good. Second of all, if you're a Windows only person, that means your world is very small, dude. You've got these blinders on and you don't see what's going on around you. And obviously you're computer illiterate, or you wouldn't be bashing something because, it doesn't work with this game or this software that you prefer. Your preference is just that. But don't knock other folks for exploring new avenues, especially Windows may come up with, the Microsoft folks are talking about 65 cent to 75 cent charge per update through your ISP. So Linux sucks, or Linux fails, or whatever you want to call yourself. Remember, if you watch this video, dude, nobody really cares about what you have to say. First of all, you're computer illiterate. Second of all, you're an asshole. And nobody likes assholes. And some stink worse than others. Trust me on that one. But back to the Ubuntu Netbook Edition, we did try it out, and it failed in a lot of ways. I realize now the support's not there, and obviously I got a hold of a beta version, maybe something like that, maybe the alpha version, I'm not sure. It looked great, but it wouldn't let me do certain things I'm used to doing, therefore it doesn't work for me. And I'm DJ Shane, or the Tech Guy 64, Shane Fisher, owner-operator of Fisher's Web Connection in Lubbock, Texas. In case y'all are wondering, I've been doing this about since 76, when Adam PC first hit the scene. So if you think I just drove up to the computer science field, well, you're wrong. And what's more is that after this is over with, I'm going to start looking at Solaris and a few other operating systems. Mac, for all you Mac freaks, I won't use it. Macintosh is an Apple product, and as Apple products are, they're rough when they first start out. Macintosh has been around a while. It really got popular in 81, but it sucked then. They pretty much suck now. Can't crunch numbers, but they can do graphics out of this world. But who's going to pay more than $2 or $3 for a system that does that? And that's all it does. Well, I can build my own for under $1,000 and get more. But that's my opinion. It's based on years of experience. Most of y'all probably weren't born then. So, Y'all have a great day. Remember, keep on computing.